Testing. It's your boy Sal, man. I'm all over the place with the times, but I'm in the building right now. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Yeah, it's a midday show, man. I'm watching the markets, and I want to talk a little bit about the markets right now, man. I know it's, everybody's at their 9 to 5 right now. I know you're on the plantation right now. I know you're working for them white folks right now. I get it. But I don't work for anybody. I'm home, and I'm watching the markets here looking beautiful. Woo! Shout out to everybody coming into the chat room who's going to watch this in the future. I know everybody mostly is at work. All right, shout out to everybody in the chat room. I want to just go over some of the stocks you guys are looking at right now, because I've been saying this for the longest. Oh, yeah, you see my girl's she's trying to wonder why am I going on the show right now. She's blowing me up. I'll hit you back up, babe. I know you're watching. I know you got the alert. Shout out to everybody in the chat room right now. DPG, Life for Business, Donzel, Essex, Christelle, Gerardo. What's up, man? I'm watching, because, look, I need somebody to tell me what's going on with Netflix. I'm on the 15-minute chart. I know you guys are on like the 1 minute, right? Yeah, you're watching the 1 minute. This gives me a freaking heart attack looking at the 1 minute, bro. I'm looking at the 1 minute. This is scary, dude. See my trend? I'm already in it. I'm already in. I'm selling 2,800 calls. I'm selling 2,800 calls for June 29th. That's next week. We're not going to get there. We're not getting to 2,800. I've said it on Twitter. Forget 2,800. Forget 2,800. But I need somebody to tell me what the hell's going on with Netflix, man. Shit. I wish I saved the article. Hold on, where's Netflix? I wish I saved the article. Here's Netflix. Sell off in the morning. Let me show you what Netflix looks like on the daily, bro. Since May, this stock's up $5 since May? Since fucking May, bro. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. That candlestick is very interesting for today's move. That's setting up for today's move on Netflix. But here's the thing, though. We've seen that candlestick a couple times. I mean, I can zoom in here. I can show you that. You had that bearish engulfing, and then sideways, and then, the bulls just came back and took you out with that short squeeze. This was June 13th, about a week ago. And I'm not going to lie. I want to buy some puts on it too, but, I don't know. But at the same time, that 85 RSI makes me, rub my hands like baby from Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, ooh, 85 ASI, RSI. You know what I'm saying? It looks like we about to get a hammer candlestick. There might be, $2 or $3 on the downside there that we might be able to get over the next couple of days. I'm rubbing my hands like baby, man. But I don't know. I can't get too excited, man, because this, as you can see, it's going to 90 on the RSI. So they can keep squeezing you. All right? So I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna sit back on it, and I'm gonna just mentally paper trade it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna mentally paper trade that shit. It's like, okay, I'm short Netflix. But that's a scare. Look at that. It just went green. We just went red to green just now on Netflix. What's going on, Londell? Puts looking good. Yeah, puts looking good. These people are going to learn big time on IWM, man. They're going to learn. They're going to learn big time. These people out here who are just permabulls, you know what I mean? Oh, we're going up, up, up. Let me tell you something. We've had, and I listed it on Twitter, we've had record earnings. We've had record earnings since January. Incredible numbers. And we've gone nowhere. We can't even beat January highs. Look at the SPY and SPX. I'll go to the SPY. Record earnings. We've gone nowhere. I mean, what is this? You know? And luckily for me, I just started learning how to. I don't know why my thing is acting up. My mouse. I just started learning how to sell options. It's my camera. My camera's acting up. Uh-oh, the man is stepping in. The man is stepping in. I'm giving too much good game. Okay, it looks like I'm back. We haven't gone anywhere. So I just started learning how to sell options. I've been selling 2,800 week after week after week, man. If I was trading the SPY, it would be 280. I put in a pic yesterday, last night, of the Shanghai CSI 200, which is basically their version of the SPX. All right, so let me put that in there because I wanted to show you what this divergence looks like. So we're going to compare CSI 200. That's their index. All right, because a lot of people think that what's going on in China, that's them. It's not going to be us. You're lying to yourself, man. Let me see here. Where is that at? Bars, not bars. Can I get a line? Let me see. You going to act better if I put it on the SPX? Compare CSI 200. Where's the China? Oh, they don't hide it now. Hold on. Oh, God damn, why is it not showing that all of a sudden? Hold on, man. I don't want to download the pic of it because I got the pic, but yeah, I don't know why they're hiding it now. This is what it is, but I don't know why it's not coming up. I don't know why it's not coming up. Let me see if I can add a pic of it. Media files. 1 second, guys. All right, here it is. This is earlier. I don't know why it's all of a sudden not coming up. But that red line is us. That red line is us, which is the SPY, SPX, whatever you want to do it. And then that green line, that's the CSI 200. That's the Shanghai line. We're basically brothers in this, folks. All right, we're basically brothers in this. We got to, so when China is sick, we're sick. When slaves back in the day, when the master would say, "What's wrong, boss? We sick." That's basically what's going on here, man. And we've got asset bubbles all over the place, man. We got incredible asset bubbles, whether it be in technology, whether it be in construction. Look at some of those housing stocks. They're already in depression territory. Correct, Industrials finally catching on. But look, we've got a lot of downside here. That's us in the red. That's them in the blue. So we got a lot of downside here. And I'm telling you guys, be prepared. Be prepared. If you think you're going to, go along in a situation like this, quantitative easing, those days are over. Those quantitative days where, you can go out here and get 1% money. Those days are over, man. Those days are over. Let me see something here, man. Absolutely. Let me see. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Somebody said that they're an FAZ, financial bears. Here's the thing about the financials is that, yes, the financials are doing horribly, right? I mean, if you look at the Goldman Sachs of the world, GS, right? Here's GS. Here's JP Morgan, right? If you look at all of them, they're doing really poorly, but the move, you're not going to get that you're not going to get that big move down, which is going to make you your big money. Life for business, you said wide iron condors. See, I don't want to play the iron condor move because your downside protection could be broken. Look what happened in February. Look what happened in February. Your downside protection can be broken in an iron condor move. I can very well see us one day waking up to a move like this. I can see that move again happening, bro. So if you got I don't care if it's 55 points. I don't care if it's 55 points. You get a move like this. If it's like SPX or if it's $10, $25 SPY, you break right through that same day. Now you're in a situation where whatever it is you risked for the trade, you've lost it all. So if you want to play the options, I like vertical credit spreads, right? Particularly your bear call spreads, right? And as you can see here, I love us going back underneath that 50 moving average. Yesterday's move and today's move, we've got the bearish signal now. We've got the bearish signal now. Let me go back to the SPX. Where it is? Where are we at back on? Because that's what I trade. Well, we pulled up a little bit. Let me get a 15-minute. Okay, so we're pulled. And again, prices fluctuate, man. Prices are always going to fluctuate. Prices are going to always fluctuate. I'm selling the 2900s, and we're just not going to get there. It's going to be easy $2,500 for me. Easy $2,500. I'm not. Could I possibly make more than that? Sure. But I'm still not promoting, but still pushing black box, which I've been killing it on, and some of the other products that I sell, and then just selling out of the money options week after week after week. You don't even have to trade. And I should have been interviewing some of you guys in the chat room who had been doing that for years, generating income. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Prices fluctuate, go up and down. But as long as it's, you don't get a 30-point rally in one day, even when the market goes up, down, sideways, you still make money. Week after week after week. Absolutely right, Pink Penny. The market can be wrong longer than we can be right. It's so funny. There's another way to say that. Benjamin Graham, I believe he said a stock can be wrong longer than you can be solvent. I know I'm not putting the words there, but that's a variation of what Benjamin Graham said in one of his books. That's a variation of that. And any of this, any rally, that's just another chance for you to sell. That's all it is. All right, you see, and I see that beautiful low RSI bounce here that happened, and that's basically how the longs are going to be making money from now on. You're just going to be selling, and then you're going to get to a low RSI point. You're going to get a bounce, and then at the top of the bounce, you try to. That's going to be their way to make money now. That's how they made money from 2000 and about 2010 to 2012. If you look at 2010 to 2012. It was kind of a very slow up. You say I can still interview some. Yeah. I want to bring some of you guys on. I mean, hey, hit me up. You guys know my email address. I've never hesitated to have anybody who wanted to be on the show. It's just really interesting how, since I've had my show, how the trend has really changed against gurus. Like when I first started the show in 2016, guys were like, cool. Like the guru thing was like, Yeah, I can follow him. I learn his trades. Now it's like guys you hate them. You hate the guru. You hate the guy who is selling you this package or and taking your money out. And I get it. I get it completely, man. I get it completely, because I think after a while, you see these guys, you're as a trader, you're trying to make it work. You're doing what they're telling you to do, and yet they seem to be the only one generating incredible gains, mostly because of the money you're giving them every month. It can get frustrating. And I think that's what's led to the clapback, man. I think that's what's led to the clapback. Yeah, I've gone more option right because the penny stock market is dried up. You go back to some of my early episodes, which are horrible to watch. I mean, because I can't believe some of y'all stuck around, because the quality of that shit was like, sometimes can't see the chart. Sometimes I didn't even have the chart. But anyway, the penny stock market was fluctuating, man. It was like up and down. Like, you had like 200, 300% runners. They don't have that shit no more. You're not getting 200, 300% runners every other day. You still get the booms here and there, but for the most part, they come out of nowhere. If you're not in the loop, if you're not in those chat room pumps, you're left out, all right? And then you just end up chasing. You end up mad, you end up holding a bag, and it gets pretty pissed off. I'm waiting for the big drop below that 240, the 2741. That's where we're going for. I called the 2750 by Friday on Twitter. As soon as we didn't break that 2745, I'm like, man, we're not breaking 2745. We're going lower. And sure enough, because we failed it 3 days ago, right? Nice little bounce yesterday. That kind of caught me off guard yesterday on my Instagram. I posted a loss on Instagram. Got it back this morning, and now I'm in a new trade. That bounce yesterday, that kind of fucked me over. I was because I said, okay, 2741, we're going to break it today, but we bounced on it, and I didn't pay attention. I should have paid better attention to that where I was on the RSI. Do you think the SPY offers more shorting gains? Consistently, Gerardo, yes. Consistently, Gerardo, yes. The big gains in shorting are to come is going to be in your QQQs over the next couple weeks. You're already seeing QQQ starting to show some weakness. Let's go to the daily chart. All right. QQQ is setting up very similarly to how I got a beautiful short. I can't believe I left this up here. I got a beautiful short in QQQ. This was back in March. But we're setting up, again, very similarly, where you'll have a gap up, right? And then a small candlestick day where you see some uncertainty, buyers and sellers both, and then you'll get a big candlestick, bullish engulfing that swallows up the previous day, and then it goes to collapse. You'll see it. It should set up the same way. We'll see. It could be a very similar setup. Could be a very similar setup. But I think today, what's going on in QQQ could be an indication of some pullback coming. Stock selling strangles, OSK. You can do iron condors as well. Overstock, yeah. Let me see here. Is it pretty consistent? Okay. Yeah, pretty consistent since April. Pretty consistent since April. I met a guy who does this on REITs, but the problem is that the volume just isn't there. I try to do it on a real estate, on a REIT. There are tons of publicly traded REITs. I mean, these stocks don't go anywhere. They basically are just, and he says he does iron condors on them. But, I mean, I tried it just on a small position. I couldn't get filled, so I don't know. I need to go back to him and see what he does with that. But, yeah, I see Overstock. Okay, Overstock. Trending very well there at 37.50. See, here's the thing though. To really make money on that, you got to go huge. I mean, you gotta. It's got to be a pretty big position at $37. You got to have a shitload of contracts. You got to have a shitload of contracts. That's why I trade the SPX, because it's a 10x to the SPY, so I don't need as many contracts. Now, Tasty Trade, is $10 a leg, no matter how many contracts. So I guess it wouldn't necessarily matter too much on my end, but I don't like having those big, huge, like 100 each side, because when it comes time to sell, I need to know that that's gonna fill. Oh, the higher premium. Okay, the higher premium. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Or you can always call up MU. Micron Technologies, 2.68%. MU was the one that I got burned on during the earnings because I thought we were going to finally see MU catch up to, the AMDs of the world, or not AMD, the NVIDIAs of the world at the time. At the time. And as you can see here, I don't know what happened. I don't know if insiders started selling or what. It's just buyers just decided to move on. I mean, they played it for the earnings, and then after the earnings, it was good night and good luck, MU. So Micron, technology, long term is going to be good, but I think if you get into individual plays like MU long term, I think you're fine, just because it hasn't done the NVIDIA thing, right? It hasn't done, the whole NVIDIA, last year. I mean, this is incredible. You're up well over 125% over a year and a half. The NVIDIA chart doesn't look like, the MU chart doesn't look like that. So if I'm holding long term, MU is a lot safer than NVIDIA. NVIDIA could come back a little bit. It could easily come back a little bit. Where are we at from the 200? Let me change that up. 200. Yeah, look at that, man. Yeah, I could easily come back and test that. Why not? That's $38. You're $38 away from the 200 moving average. And here's another sell-off right now going on in NVIDIA. And by the way, if you break that 50 RSI line, you haven't done that. You haven't done that since March 21st. That's crazy. And I'm just saying a straight break through the line. All these tech stocks can give back a little bit. We're seeing gold. Gold went green recently. Gold is very disappointing. I don't know why we're not seeing the run in gold. Because, if you're a foreign national, you're in Italy, you're in Eastern Europe, your economy is a little unstable. South America right now falling apart. You're rushing to gold. So I don't know if the Fed is dumping gold like they are now, but something's got to give there. Something's got to give there. What's going on, Money Green? JT the Bullhead Trader, what's up, bro? If you try to trade it now, I'll see. What's going on, Ryan Gets It? You said if I try to trade now, I'll see it. Yes, indeed. What's up, Joe Kraft? Yeah, I'm out here. I just wanted to see what you guys were trading right now, man. I'm looking at the markets, seeing what you guys are looking at. I know everybody's talking about the Supreme Court ruling. There was a Supreme Court ruling today that these companies will now have to start collecting state tax. Well, most of them were already collecting state tax. If you were on Amazon, eBay, many of these other large retailers, they were already collecting state tax. What the problem is that they're not going to get much in it. You got people who are thinking that this somehow is going to save XRT. It's not going to save XRT. XRT is running because of the tax thing that just came out. Let me tell you guys something right now. The components of XRT will not be saved by the Supreme Court ruling. XRT will fail going into the second half of the year. All right, I'm telling you right now, XRT at $50, you're going a lot lower. I think XRT, and I've said it on my Twitter, is probably one of the most underrated shorts for the rest of 2018. Retail will not be saved, man. We're talking about convenience. We're talking about a change in lifestyle choices and social behavior. If I can get it from home, from my cell phone, my laptop, whatever, if I can get it, I'd rather do that than actually have to go to the freaking store to do it. People don't like going to the mall no more, man. Just walking around, you know, unless you just go in there to stare at the booty. I ain't even gonna lie. If I'm going to the mall, that's what I'm looking at. I'm not really even going to the stores. You know, if there's a Best Buy, I'll go in there and see what the latest technology is. And, of course, the rip-off Best Buy prices. But other than that, I'm just looking at the honeys. You know? But the idea, when you look at the components of XRT and you look at some of these plays that honestly don't belong there, because if you look at XRT, you got stocks in there like Grub that are helping that ticker. Grub doesn't belong there. Grub is a software IT play, but they've got it inside the XRT, helping it to leverage it higher. Grub doesn't belong in there. But so you see how those funny games that they play, you know, to keep certain things propped up. So it's kind of funny. So, you know, eventually the laggards within XRT will weigh down the index and it'll pull back down. But just know that you do have tickers like Grub, like Etsy. Etsy's in there, you know, that are keeping that index higher. All right. But eventually the laggards are going to weigh it down. Food court and ass. Exactly, bro. I'm not going to the mall to shop. Half the time I go to the mall with my girl, dude, you know, I'll go into little stores that she walks into. I'm looking at the other girls. I mean, no take away from my girl, you know, I mean, I'm going home with her, but I'm checking out the other honeys, you know, seeing what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. I'm not buying shit. You know, I'm not buying shit. And if you go to the malls, they're a lot emptier and you don't see as many people walking around with bags. Even this past Christmas, I think this past Christmas season, that was probably the lightest I'd ever seen the mall, man. I've never seen the mall that light getting that towards Christmas. And, you know, many years ago, I'm talking like I'm that old, but I used to work at the mall, you know what I'm saying? Had a little bullshit job at the little counter giving people directions and stuff like that store's that way. Because, you know, dumb people, they don't want to read the sign. Hey, can you tell me where Macy's is at? Oh, you just passed it to the left. Oh, thank you so much. Big ass Macy's sign right there. Oh, excuse me, young man. Can you tell me where Macy's? Get that like 50, 60 times a day. And for the time, you know what I mean? You're 16, 17 years old, making what? I think it was like, at the time it was like $6.15. No, it wasn't. Maybe like $6 or $7 an hour. I was like, shit, that was a lot of money, man. Just to sit there and, you know, where the restroom is at, shit like that. He said retail will be instant. Yeah, we already saw in that video with the Amazon Go and stuff. We've already seen that with the Amazon Go. Okay. Let's see where we at. 27.52. So we're still going lower. Still going lower. Let's go to the 5 minute. Okay, so we're just now we're gonna be trending. We're gonna be trending. We already broke that morning. Again, that RSI buy up dip. Soon as we broke support, boom. And now there's just nothing they can do now. It's just nothing they can do now. We're going a lot lower. You know, check out my Twitter, man. I was telling people yesterday morning, 27.50. Forget about it. Forget about 2,800, man. Forget about these people on these business CNBC. I got CNBC right now on the screen. These people are lying to you, man. They work for international banks, broker dealers that have nothing better to do than to keep seeing you trade because they make money on commissions, and then and the spreads depending on what financial instrument you're trading. And they got black boxes that they make money no matter either way. Market goes up or down, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Netflix is a beast, Fisher. Netflix is a beast. 703, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, what's up? It's me, Fisher. How you doing?
Good, good. What's going on, man?
Man, what's going on? What Netflix been doing for the last month?
Man, look, I'm impressed with Netflix, man, because I can't believe that this is a stock that now at 249 times earnings. So for every dollar of earnings, you're paying $250 for the right. That's crazy.
Yeah, but,
that they still can find buyers at these levels. Right now, you're paying for growth. That's all you're paying for in Netflix, pure growth. And
I know, but there's no competition like Amazon. There's none. Like, they could be the next 500, 750, 1,000 stock.
I have no doubt about that. I don't have no doubt that we can see a $500, $700, $800 Netflix, but you've got to pull back to go higher. That's the problem with Netflix.
No, they do pull back. They go like 1 or 2% down, then they run again, then another 2% down, then they run again.
So you don't think
you saw this morning.
You don't think that a higher or a stronger pullback is in the cards for Netflix?
No, I believe there is one that I can just buy puts, but I'm buying more calls than ever now. Shit, crazy.
Right. No, I don't blame you, bro. I mean, that's the trend, so follow the trend. At these high RSI levels, that gets me nervous. I see now we just went green to red in Netflix, but so it's got a ceiling ahead of it. It could be hitting it now, so you might get that pullback back to 414, 412.
I know, but the same thing happened to Amazon, and look at Amazon now.
Yeah.
It's crazy because last month, like May 22nd, it was literally $322. Now a month later, almost it's $420.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, Jesus. Could you imagine options if you did like a 1 month option around like 310, 315?
Hey, that's why, man. You got to be able to follow those trends, man. I mean, if you like that trend, like what Tyson Bass talks about and stuff like that. If you know, I'm looking here on the Netflix chart. It crossed over that 50 moving average back in April. You know, if you're a trend follower, you're saying, okay, we're above the 50 RSI. Time to put on a long call. It's played out very nicely for you. So, you know, and that's just how you have to play these things and be a little bit more disciplined that way.
Because the funny shit happened was yesterday when the Dow was down, but everything was up. Yeah. NASDAQ, IWM, 5, this was down. But the only thing that was down was...
That's a huge divergence that's happening right now, and I think that's going to be corrected because it can't stay like that forever. I mean, these indexes, for the most part, run pair to pair. So for the fact that the Qs have ran far past where, you know, DIA and the industrials and these other indexes that follow that's got to get corrected in the short term. So we'll see how that plays out.
And last thing is what happened like earlier this week was GENL or GEVO. Like it went 300% like on Was it Monday or Tuesday?
What's that ticker?
Huh?
No, what was that ticker again?
GEVO or GENO?
Oh, GEVO. Okay, GEVO. Yeah. GEVO, man, that GEVO, shout out to everybody who made some money on that short, man. That GEVO, that's not a long-term company to bet in. That was a nice pump, but you short that one. That was going to come down like a rock. Everybody, I saw that move. There was unfortunately, not too many shares available.
I thought that they had like an FDA approved for a better oil system.
Man, you can have the FDA approval, but if the company's financials suck, but you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't matter. They don't have any money, bro. They're broke. So yes, they got the FDA approved, but they need to do another round of financing. So they got to go out there and sell more stock. So
true shit, because I saw the financials. I was like, what the fuck?
There's nothing there. They've got no cash. They've got no cash. It is, the company's virtually broke. So, but it was a good deal for them. Maybe they can sell it and earn some cash on or refinance. But other than that, they don't have anything.
Nice. Well, nice talking to you again, and welcome back.
Appreciate it, Fisher. Thanks for calling, man.
No problem. Bye.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Fisher G. Yeah, GEVO is a nice little one-day. Shout out to the guys who got in there. I mean, if you saw it coming, but they don't have any money. You remember a couple years ago they were doing something with the alternative fuel and Alaska Airlines, and I mean they make all some of these companies, they make so many promises, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. Open up the financials and just take a look at it. You don't even have the money to do what you're saying you want to do. That's the point that I got with a lot of OTC companies. Companies that, we're going to build a $30 million mining facility. No, you got $1,000 in the fucking bank. What are you talking about? BTSC, that was them. What are you talking about? By the way, what's going on in Bitcoin is just, come to find out, we had a report come out a couple of days ago calling Bitcoin a manipulated fraud and just a disaster what happened with that industry. And I'm just so happy I didn't get caught up in that. Almost did, man. Almost did. But, things, that's what I always think about. I think my grandmother's always looking over me, man, because things just happened and it just fell apart at the last minute. I'm so happy I never got into that BitConnect situation. Trevon James tried to email me, and oh my God, it's just a whole lot of things I could have gotten myself caught up into. I just, didn't get in. So happy about that. Even though I love the technology, I think the technology is great. I mean, I've said that on several shows, but I just feel so sorry for the people who just, they lost everything, man. There's this African brother. Have you seen that video? The one African brother, man. Oh my God, $15,000, man. All the money is gone, man. All the money I've been working hard for. 15,000, man. I come to America, man. All the money is gone. He's just crying like a baby. The video's still out there on YouTube, man. BitConnect took all his fucking money, man. Now these guys are going to testify. One guy, he ended up getting kidnapped. Some guy, he got, like one of the BitConnect guys, right? Just recently got kidnapped or some shit like that. It's hilarious, man. Yeah, the man at the gas station. Oh man, when Bitcoin was running, everybody was a Bitcoin professional. Everybody was a damn Bitcoin professional. Oh, is she not doing? I'm doing my show. Hey, babe, I'm doing the show. No problem. Let me call you back. All right. All right. So, everybody was a Bitcoin pro. You know what I'm saying? Nigga made $7 and he's a computer, IT specialist, or whatever, computer scientist. My nigga, you need to really get up on this Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? You really shit, nigga. You on that stock shit, nigga. We up over here. We on this Bitcoin over here. Oh man, I was getting that all the time, bro. All the time. All those emails, man. You really need to get up on this Bitcoin, my nigga. Okay, all right. All right. I've been wondering what's going on with Pandora. Pandora, too, has been running, too. I know Pandora. All them damn free trials they give you when you buy a GM. I don't know how they make money because they give you free Pandora for like I think they may hide it in the cost of the car. That's probably how they be making money. But all the damn money you get when you get the free Pandora, you get the free XM. I don't know how Pandora makes money. Thoughts on GE? No, I'd stay away from GE. Oh no, they just got kicked out of the what was it, the S&P 500? They're going lower, bro. See, when a stock gets picked up, the index has to buy shares of that stock, right? To get them in the index. When you are kicked out, guess what? They got to sell. And fund managers who follow the index or who specify that they only trade stocks that are specifically in the S&P 500, they've got to sell your position. All right? They've got to sell your stock. So GE is going a lot lower. GE is going lower, man. GE is going lower. I wouldn't play that there. I don't know what bounce rate that you would be seeing in GE now because I don't see it. You'd be going, yeah, Dow Jones Industrial Average. They're going lower. They got to get out of that position now. You say if you ask them to explain Bitcoin, they can't tell it. They can't tell it. But most of the dudes that I know now on my Facebook and stuff who were talking about Bitcoin, they don't talk about it now. If I were to bring it up, I'd probably, they probably would take it, in a salty way. They probably would take it in a salty way because they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed right now. They're embarrassed right now. Yo, man, what's up with that Bitcoin? Ooh. Right now, man, it's just, it's just right now we getting rid of the weak hands. Nah, man, it's going to zero. That's what it is. It's going to zero, bro. It's going to, hodlers. Puts on GE. Puts on GE sound. Well, right now, let me see. The daily chart doesn't. Puts on GE. Let's see the hourly. That a couple of days ago would have been really nice on that hourly break. Ooh, that would have been a beautiful at that 14. Yeah, I'd still buy some puts. Put some time on your puts on it though. Put some time on your puts. The guy who was asking for calls, the problem is that your call, you'll probably get 1 day out of that, and then you'll be right back down the next. But if you got some puts and you got like monthly puts for, let's say, a $12 or $12.50, yeah, I think you're significantly below that. I don't see why not we can't get sub 12, sub 11, right? We just recently cracked was that the all-time low? Let's go back to the daily. Where are we at? Oh, we're right near the all-time low. Horizontal line. Oh, yeah. So the guy was talking about calls. Now I'll spread the chart out. You'll get 1 day. He's going to get the hammer. It looks like you're going to get the hammer. So you'll get the 1 day, but maybe even 2. But you're not getting 13.20. You're not getting 14. You know what I'm saying? So the guy who's asking for puts, wait for that green day. Wait for that green day. For example, look what happened just yesterday in that. Look at that. You had the 13. You had an opportunity to get in at 13.12. They sold it all the way down, man. They were just waiting to get out of that shit. They were waiting to get out of that shit. So you'll get another upside down hammer in GE where you probably open up higher, you rally, but you won't close at the high. And it's happened quite a few times. All right. It's got to get off that low RSI. It's got to get off that low 20 RSI. Ray J, okay. Yeah, Ray J, you sound like you know. It's just got to get off that, you know, when you get into that sub 30 RSI level, you know, you're just asking for a bounce, especially in popular stocks. You're going to get a bounce. And you got some guys who specifically play that. They just play low RSI bounces. We've talked about that here on the show. That was a really good strategy for a while, beginning 2017. OTC 3000. OTC 3000. All cryptocurrencies bad? I don't know at this point, man. I was a big fan of Monero, and that's looking bad. I don't even know why people still talk to this Litecoin guy. You know, he's back after he done told you he sold at the fucking high. He sold at the fucking high, and people still want to listen to that Satoshi Light guy, Jason Lee or whatever his name is. I'd slap the shit out of him every time I saw him if I owned Litecoin. He knew something you didn't know. Walked away with God knows how many 100 million, and you are holding bags. Yeah, OTC 3000 on Twitter, and then I post my trades. I video my trades and stuff on Instagram. OTC 3000 on Instagram too. All right. Yeah, Akon. I don't know if Akon is, you know, tight for money or what, man. I don't know what Akon, he's made so much damn money off artists. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know if he's tight for money or him and Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco got his own coin too. You know. Akon better stop playing before you get locked up. I'm locked up. SEC is not playing. Now they're going to start considering these things actual securities. So I hope he knows what he's doing, because he's going to be singing, you know, having that booty hole blown out in lockup. How are you doing with the credit vertical spread? Well, we should be doing real good right now. I don't watch my trades like that, man. I mean, when I put a trade on, you know, I don't like to check it every 5 minutes or so, but I'll check it here. Right now, I'm doing real good. As long as we stay under 27.74, you know, I don't care, dude. I'm selling the 2800s right now, and that's just basically what it is, man. I mean, the days go by, and every Friday I get a check. Every Friday I get a check. Every Friday, it's not a check per se, but it's, you know, the options expire worthless, and I get paid. That cash that's was deposited into the account becomes available for me to trade, to put on Monday another trade for the following Friday. And I'm just selling 2,800. And you got some scary days, right? I mean, there was a couple scary days for a while. You know, these couple, you know, when I saw this bounce from yesterday, again, it scared the shit out of me on a short-term trade. And then you had a couple days here that kind of got scary for a second, but you can see, you know, it didn't break 27.93. But I held my breath there for a second because I was at 2,800 like, oh, shit. Some motherfuckers coming close. But I was able to take in the full credit. Yeah, that's what all I'm doing. I'm just selling out the money vertical spreads. That's all I'm doing. No more day trading for me, man. I just, you know, I was shorting, pumping dumps for a while. Then you get in, and then they don't start to sell off, and then there's no volume, and, you know, you can't get filled. And it's like, man, what the fuck? What the fuck? So now what I'm doing, again, just selling out the money verticals. And every month as my account gets bigger, what I'm doing now is the next month I'll increase the size of that position. So the goal is to eventually get to a point where we can go from 2,500 a week to 5,000 to 7,500 to 10,000, and then that way, and then using only the SPX because that's the only way I can put that kind of size and not have 3 million contracts. And these out the money calls, and you can go in a lot closer. I mean, you got guys who are probably selling the 2780s, 2770s. You can sell a lot closer and make way more money. But I'm looking for the high probability, consistent income. And once my account gets to a certain size, then, I might come in closer, or I might just continue to use this compounding gains, man. And compounding gains. Right, I'm watching it. There's nothing happening right now. We're sideways now. Quantitative easing is over, man. These days of cheap money is game over for this people, man. These people made millions of dollars over the last 11 years. Billions, some of these banks, man. Look at this. Look, I mean, you've seen the SPY. You've seen what we've done over the last 10, 20 years since Obama. Obama was elected to bail out these financial institutions. That's why he did nothing for anybody else but Wall Street. And they still talk shit about him. Kind of these kids outside. I don't know if you guys can hear these kids screaming out here, but it's summer vacation over here. But yeah, and look at that, man. We've gone nowhere. So I'm still selling these out of the money calls, especially now. We got here and failed it. It's like a double top. We got here, we failed it. We got here, tried it, failed it. Boom, we're going lower. Some guys, you can get every expiration, but I just do every Friday because I spread it out, Fisher, to get more credit. You see what I'm saying? Because you can do, SPX has 3 expirations, but I mean, you 20 cent, 30 cent, which is okay. I've done that before, but it's not enough. You're not bringing in enough. So just go out a week. It requires a kind of change in pace for most day traders, but you collect way more credit. What's going on, Adrian? Appreciate you, bro. Any good Canadian weed plays? The only legit one is going to be Canopy Growth, man. The one that I think is going to be, Canopy Growth. Ticker weed, WEED. That's the one I think on the Canadian. What's their US? On their US side, I think it's it's got a weird one, right? On the US side, CGC. There you go. CGC. I would go with Canopy Growth, bro, and just set it and forget it, man, because that stock is going higher. And again, marijuana is not, it's not something where you're gonna have to deal with trade and all that stuff. This is a company that now that is recognized by the federal government. They're going to be able to have financial institutions invest in their business. They're going to be able to lend on borrow on their earnings in order to expand the business. They're going to get different locations. They're going to buy out, suppliers or whatever it is. So they're going to get bigger. All right. So CGC is where I would put my money in. I don't, you can just set it and forget it on that one. You can set it and forget it on that one. They're about to break out too. We're about to break out. And I don't want to call it recession-proof business, but I mean, people are going to smoke marijuana. People get sick. Marijuana has healing properties. I have no doubt they probably have some exposure to the medicinal side of marijuana. So, you know, I don't want to go as far as say recession-proof, but if there's one business I'd rather be in during a recession, the weed business would probably be a good one to be in. Yes, indeed. New Black Conservative. Yeah, I mean, I just haven't been on. I took a break for a while just to get refreshment. I went so hard for 2 years, damn near every day. I never missed more than 3 episodes in a month. I just, you know, in 2 years, I needed some time. So even now, I'm doing like once a week, and eventually we'll get back into it. But I want to do some more reading because the world is becoming so much more interconnected. So I've got to learn how to talk about these bigger, more global companies, and it's going to require me to know a little bit more about what's going on in the world. So I'm reading a lot of books on like macroeconomics and stuff like that. It's been really good. It's really good. Yeah. No, I'm always going to do the shows. Just, you know, I got to get up to speed with talking about some of these bigger companies. And you know, you're always going to talk about, you know, the OTCs if they're doing well. You know, I'm always going to expose these pump and dumps. God, Netflix is just a beast, man. Netflix will not die. Netflix will not die, dude. And I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek into what they're talking about in the Discord. I don't know if you guys are on Black Box or not. Some of you guys fucked with it. Some of you guys don't fuck with it. I just want to see what they're saying in there. Let's see.
That's why I jumped in. I didn't mind too much of the spread, knowing that if it makes the big move, it'll compensate.
This is their voice chat.
Right. Yeah, I didn't have the.
I just looked now. They're at 1860. So I got in at 3 and change, got out at 7, and they're at 17.25 now.
Yeah, my head's not in the game either because I need to get out of all of that stuff. So I hate trading that way.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you for that, though.
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah, I hate trading because I have to trade. You know, and it's like, you know, getting out of positions, forcing myself out of positions, and also taking shorter term positions to get in a trade, which normally, you know, I'll go out a month minimum plus.
Right. Hey, Tim, and like we say in here, like, honestly, I made 2 trades today. Well, 3, because I just added that one little silly YOLO stamp play for $100. But basically, it was that stamp play, and I did a Lockheed scalp, 100 and change.
Nice.
I waited all day to see if the room can give me, you know, if we can find a play together, right? I used to not do that, and then when stamp came, I got an $800 bonus.
There you go. Well, that's the thing, you know, and it's okay to even go a day without trading.
Right.
It's okay to go a week without trading.
Right.
You know,
trade with the one Lockheed and just say, you know what, let me wait till tomorrow.
Right. I didn't trade. I think it was it Monday or last Friday? I can't remember. This recently, I didn't trade one day.
You might get a bounce.
I don't
even remember why.
Yeah.
We just had a small sell program hit. Small little, no, not a program, but small selling coming in.
I also sold about a 40 cent gain on it.
Sure.
Nice. At least something. Yeah.
Hey, Hungry Money, if you can't get a read on it, don't hold it. You know what I'm saying? Always cut your losses at a minimum. Or if you're sitting there at even and you don't know, you can't get a feel on it, just cut the trade. It's better than regretting it later. Like we said earlier, if you think your girlfriend's cheating on you, don't let her bring you home some shit.
Netflix is hanging at that pivot fairly decent thus far. But one to watch if we get further weakness. They can crack that
pivot. If we break 240, they're in trouble.
Down to the 410, 408 level.
If SPX breaks 240.
I would really like to get a flush because I would like to add more Facebook, more Twitter, add some Square, add some Netflix. I would like to get some of that.
That's awesome.
There you go, Algo Life.
That is so cool. She got a nice set of, what are those, 570?
All right. I just wanted to hear what they were talking about. That's the kind of stuff that you know, you can hear on Black Box, and you can chip in if you want. I don't really, you know, go in with that. I just listen to what they're saying. And but most of the calls, I mean, some of them are just so short term. I just like, you know, guy will be like, yeah, I'm going into this, I'm going to this, and then you follow him in there, and then like 2 minutes later, okay, I'm out. I'm like, what the fuck? What just happened? You know, so just understand, if you're following guys in chat rooms, man, ask that, you know, what is your time frame? How long you plan on being in the trade? Some of these guys are being in there for like 4 or 5 minutes. And that's not somebody, you know, if you're especially paying with capital you can't afford to lose like that, you don't want to be following somebody in a trade that's going in that short term. All right, that's going in that short term. That's going in that short term. All right. Let me see here. It's both stocks and options. I mean, guys will talk stocks and options. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you want to talk about. Let me get out of here. I can't stand that noise. It all depends on whatever you want to talk about in there. Fendong Lenny Dog. You're new. How can you get in on stocks, bro? You just got to get, there's so much free information out there. So much free information out there. Gosh, man, that's such a tough question to answer now when people say, like, how do I get started in stocks? I mean, it's been almost 10 years now. I can't even remember. You know, at the time it was Tim Sykes, and I still got his MillionaireTradingAcademy.com on there, but now guys are using YouTube. Of course, there's always the internet, right? eBooks. There's so many ways to get started. So many ways to get started. But one thing I can tell you is you definitely want to get started, bro. I mean, there's no better time, I think, than right now to come into the market where there's so much volatility. You know, a lot of money can be made right now. You know, great liquidity. 2017 probably would have been an even better year because you would have known No, it probably would have been a horrible year for you because you wouldn't have known how to trade 2018. Guys who were coming in 2017, killing it, now they don't know what the hell to do. You saw, what's his name? This guy, Austin Page. Is that his name? Austin something? The guy, you know, the 17-year-old, like, oh, I made $1 million, whatever. Now he just dropped his website, took everybody's money and disappeared. Now he came back, and he's just, you know, these people, you got to be careful, man, with these gurus. Just direct them to Robinhood and Tim Sykes. Yeah, Tim Sykes. Yeah, that's why I said Tim Sykes. Tim Sykes videos. All the old stuff is still out there, but the old stuff has got a lot of penny stock stuff, and I'm trying to keep people out of the penny stock stuff because you don't even have to go there. Just go to something a little bit more, you know, quote unquote traditional. Yeah, the ones I was listening to, that's Black Box Stocks, and that's that BBS voice chat room. So it's the VBS voice chat, and there are like 60 guys in there. But you know how things can get, and so even in a voice chat where you'll have, you know, 60 guys in there, but it's the same, you know, 5 or 7 guys talking the whole time, and they're good at what they do. I mean, they're good at giving information and good insight, and then along with that, they have the Black Box, and they follow the option flow, and then Black Box, in 2 weeks they're going to come up with a heat map, so it's going to be a lot better to be able to tell what's changing and what's heating up, what's cooling down. They're coming out with cryptocurrencies. I think they're late in the game for that, but it's coming. So a lot of good things happening over there. Tasty Trade on yeah, Tasty Trade. If you're interested in options, absolutely. Yeah, see, a lot of people see. Yeah. I got so much penny stock content out there. It's ridiculous because when you're in the groove, you just think everything's gonna last forever, and penny stocks felt that way for a long time. So I got a lot of penny stock content out there. Saying Lucci is cool, but I don't. Saying Lucci is cool, but his whole thing of like using level 2 to trade options, I just rather use support and resistance. I don't know Wall Street Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, my thing is I want to get out of the whole day trading thing just because, I was talking about how on a previous video, I spent over $7,000 in commissions. Over 7,000 in commissions for 2017. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again. So now playing on a weekly, it's less stressful. I'm way less stressed than I was going in the market, waiting for pumps to break down, gap ups and gap and goes, and I couldn't do this show during the day. I couldn't do a show like this. I'd be too busy trying to find, trying to get some meat. But now I got a whole week to sit around and not really do anything. I'll probably start doing more day shows during the day, honestly. I'm a lot more, it feels comfortable to actually do this during the day. Not as many people in the chat room. Obviously, most people are at work, but it feels pretty comfortable to do this. It's relaxing, watching the show. I got CNBC on another screen. You know what I'm saying? They're still talking. They're going to talk sales tax all goddamn day. Yeah, there's a huge bearish divergence between S&P futures and cash right now. Gold, where are we at on gold right now? Gold 1268, so we're still green gold. VIX is going higher. VIX is at 14. VIX is at 14. Let's go to the 1 minute just to see where we are. Yeah, they're running out of strength. They're running out of strength. We'll be seeing 240s, 2740 very soon. It's 1 o'clock. They could get a bounce tomorrow, and that's fine. Yeah, options is way better than stocks. Yeah, we talked about Micron. Micron is going higher, and unlike many of the other tech stocks that are way overbought, Micron could be the ones that can, be able to be there when the big shit happens, right? There's a big drop in tech coming because you just can't keep going like this with these kind of valuations. We got asset bubbles all over tech like crazy, and it just can't keep going like it's going right now. It can't keep going like it's going right now. Let's see here. Let's go to hourly. You get a better picture. Again, we're still, below the 50 moving average. As long as we stay, below this line, I could care less. Again, one rule about stocks: prices fluctuate. Prices fluctuate, and when you're trading on a weekly basis like I am, I just need to know where you are on these higher time frames. Started playing options. Okay, fancy. That's what's up. Interactive Brokers charges $1 for commission. Yeah, they charge $1 plus, I think, something cents, right? I'm with Tasty Trade. I still have my Interactive Brokers account, but I moved significant amount because I started off with E-Trade and I moved over to Interactive Brokers. And I just stopped fucking with it. In fact, if you go to my Instagram, OTC 3000, you scroll a little bit lower, all my gains that I used to post were all from Interactive Brokers. But not so much anymore, because Tasty Trade, you open the account. I mean, once you open the account, you start trading. It's free to close your trades. So when it's time to close your trades, it's free. You only pay for commission on the open side. And that saves a shitload of money. That saves a shitload of money. That means more profit. And that means my next trade can be bigger and bring in more credit. You know, just be prepared for a much better looking interface compared to Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers has a really old interface. I mean, it's not old. It's just made for speed, right? It's just made for, you know, so it lacks any kind of the flash of a Tasty Trade, which isn't flashy. It's, you know, the program is not heavy at all. It just looks a lot better. Appreciate you, Dayon Jackson. You know I appreciate you watching, bro. I just want to see what you guys are doing out there. Anybody want to talk about a stock, you know my number. Or you can just put it in the chat room. Corey Kwan was saying Charlie Lee killed Litecoin. He did kill Litecoin. I'm telling you, man, if I was a Litecoin, I'd choke Charlie Lee out, bro. Sold at the top and left you with the bag. He finessed the shit out of y'all, man. Smartsheet Incorporated. Woo! Down 3% today. What does Smartsheet do? Let's find out. SMAR. Smartsheet Incorporated provides cloud-based platform for execution of work, enables teams and organizers to plan, capture, automate, report to work. Okay, so it's kind of like one of those workday type apps. It's kind of I call it HR apps, basically. These HR apps. Here's the thing about these HR apps is that when you research them, a majority of their income comes from a very few customers. The majority of their income comes from very few customers, and they better make sure those customers are going to stay there forever. So you want to do, if you're looking to trade these long term, you got to make sure, is it a contractual type of thing? Are they paying month to month? Let's get out of here. Looks like we recently gapped up here. All right, so this is a recent IPO. Whoa, looks, man, the market is selling it aggressively, bro. You're about to crack below the 50 on the daily chart. You had a support, you know, at the beginning of this month. Now you're cracked below the support. This is a great time to buy some puts on this, man. I would take a put position here and just open it up, put a week or two on it and see what happens. But, you know, like so many IPO companies that go public, you know, and then once the overall excitement is over and people really start taking a look at what this business can do, you start to have a Blue Apron kind of situation where, you know, you're just left holding the bag. Project management is hot, backed by Microsoft. What's going on, Candace? Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But looking at the chart is saying sell. I mean, it's just saying sell. But look, this is still a long day. Let's see how this chart ends up. You're buying the lows. Let's move to a 30-minute time frame. Let's see how they're doing so far. And yeah, man, I mean, you're looking for that. Oh man, you're about to lose a weekly support level. Actually, you have lost the weekly support. Yeah, it's saying short. In fact, In fact, now TradingView gives you the whole like, well, they're even telling you, TradingView is telling you to sell. You know, TradingView now has this thing where they'll tell you what they think you should do according to moving averages and the oscillators. And you got a lot of sell ratings. You're below the 10 moving average, below the 10. And we know the 10 is a short term. 20, you've cracked below it. 30 still saying buy, but for the most part, most of your indicators are saying sell, 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 sell. On the weekly basis, neutral right now. You don't have too much to give a month. You don't have enough data, but short term looks like a sell. What are my thoughts on Intel after the CEO is out? You know, it's just really unfortunate, man. I mean, you know, but you can't be smashing people you work for, bro. You know what I mean? You can't be the CEO and out here smashing, you know, direct reports. You are more powerful than them, and it's inappropriate, man. Especially for the CEO, dude. I mean, come on, you got a multi-million-dollar stock option package. You get $1 million probably plus a year. Why the hell are you smashing the girl who reports to you? All these beautiful women on Instagram, and you out here smashing the intern? I'm like, well, come on, man. That's when you know you big-headed. You like, I don't give a fuck. I make $1 million a year. I still fuck this $8 an hour intern. INTC. But let's see, where are we? How far are we from the 200, man? Because I don't think it's going to be an internal thing like that. It's just another situation where, you know, Intel's not too far from its 200 moving average, so it's not one that we can say it's grossly overbought or anything like that. So, you know, they're dealing with what they're dealing with. They're going to find somebody to replace him, and the company's going to move forward. But if the sector sells off, Intel will be affected. It will be affected. Blue Apron is a dumpster fire. Yeah, Blue Apron is going to go broke. They're bouncing now because they had a CNBC kind of stock game or whatever. And one of the clowns on there picked Blue Apron, so it was up for a couple of days. It might be still moving up. I don't know. Tesla getting ready to go up. Same pattern most days. Yeah, Tesla's a beast, man, squeezing the shit out of people. That guy knows exactly what to say to get people to buy his stock, man. He knows people want to see him fail. He knows people want to see him fail. He knows exactly what to say, exactly what to do to kind of keep the stock from, you know, dipping below that 300. You know, because that's the danger zone, is 300 for Tesla. So the thing about it is that these financials, these broker dealers, these large investors, they got money, and they're more than willing to stay short for a long time. And they know he needs cash. At the end of the day, his cars are still very expensive, and the company is still burning through a lot of cash. And he's going to eventually have to come to the market and, you know, raise money. Do Tasty Trade have a paper account? No, unfortunately, they don't. Unfortunately, they don't. Elliot M., what kind of computer chair I don't have? I don't have a computer chair. I have a wooden chair, brother, with a nice little soft cushion on it. I've gone through 2 different computer chairs. Because here's the thing. When I sit down, I like to kind of like sit down. You know what I mean? I like to come down. And these air systems where I've broken like 2 chairs on these little air systems. And all my computer chairs, I don't buy computer chairs new because it's a fucking ripoff. I'm not paying $250 for a fucking computer chair. It's a fucking ripoff. So I go to these here in Charlotte. They got a lot of these like hotel liquidator type places, and you can get really nice computer chairs for $30, $40. I mean, these are like leather backed and got the cushion. I mean, everything you want. But I've broken already 2 of them, you know, because I'm pretty rough with my computer chairs. Whereas the wooden chairs, I'm not going to roll over the place. I'm not going to roll all over and lean them all back. I'll be leaning them all back, and you know, so I'll be fucking with the computer chairs too much. Yeah. Spinning around. All right, what else is going on here, man? Trade tariffs. I don't know what to say about these tariffs anymore. You know, when the Chinese, let me tell you this, when the Chinese stopped buying our treasuries, we're fucked. That's their weapon in the back of their hand. You know, Trump thinks that they're not going to pull out that card. That's their biggest weapon they have right now. They can just stop buying our treasuries. They say, you know what? I'm not going to finance your global supremacy anymore. You know, and then you got here this Wilbur Ross looking like a goddamn fool. He was on CNBC the other day looking like a goddamn fool, talking about he was using the Budweiser and the Campbell's can, talking about, well, if we do tariffs, you can save about 10 cents of that. Ugh, God, shut up. You know, explain it to people like you explain it to Trump. That's the thing I don't like. Explain it to, you know, stop babying. God damn, I think I keep blowing me the fuck. Okay, that's my mom. Oh, I love you, Mom. All right. Explain it to us. We'll figure it out. But when they dumb it down like that, I can't stand that. With Tasty Trade, do you have to put down a minimum in your account? There's no minimum, but if you want a margin account, I mean, you do need at least, I want to say it's $2,000. So if you want to do a lot of the spreads and stuff like that, you know, the stuff that gives you higher probabilities to earn income, the income strategies, you're going to need, you know, at least $2,500. All right. Obviously, you know, you want to have as much as possible when you're talking about trading. All right. Let's see what else is on here, man. Where are we back at the SPX? 255. Okay, so we're bouncing a little bit. We're fluctuating a little bit. Fluctuating a little bit, but you know, but again, we're fluctuating a little bit. And we might close at this area where we got 2.5 hours left. I'm gonna stay on another couple minutes. I really wanted to put out a show this week. That's why I'm on live. Do you think they'll hold this market up until midterms? Man, you know, there's people starting to think that they knew a huge recession was coming, so this trade talk is just a way to cool down the markets going into the midterms, because as hot as we were, you know, we were going to head for a pretty dangerous overbought time if we were going to continue the trend that we were going into midterms. But why not, man? You know, when you start talking about the plunge protection team, PPT, look them up, plunge protection team, you know, and now with Trump in office, dude, I don't doubt these people overnight, you know, buying treasuries, doing whatever it's possible to keep the market up. You know, these people are buddies, man. They go to dinners together. They intermarry. You know, you're dealing with friends, man. That'll make sure their friends win at all costs. So I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. But here's the thing. Sometimes, you know, at the end of the day, you can try to rig, but If everybody wants to sell, all you can do is just try to mitigate, the results of that. And they did it for 10 years with quantitative easing. Now they can't do it anymore. What's going on, Stockerfella? Yeah, watch that bond market. Yeah, they can't do it anymore, bro. This country is going broke. This country is going broke, man. This guy was talking about a damn Space Force the other. Can you imagine? Dude, we don't even have enough money, to cover. We don't have enough money to give everybody in here decent health care, to give veterans the opportunity to have VAs closer to where they live, to be able to be seen by doctors on a timely basis. But you want to build a Space Force? Like, listen to what this government is telling you, man. You ain't got the money for that. Cutting taxes, but not cutting spending. We don't have the money, bro. I don't care what. And here's the thing that nobody's talking about, because I want to see where the spending is under Trump. Where the spending is. I wouldn't doubt that, dude, our budget deficits, they're going to have to adjust all the numbers. They're going to have to adjust all the numbers because they're going to be ugly. Michael Black, you thinking about switching, but because I'm studying more options, I like the idea of getting paid every week. You said you want to quit your job so bad. Yeah, man. I mean, quitting my job, when I quit my job, that was the toughest thing ever to do. But at the time, I was only making $500 a week. So if I found out a way to make $2,000 a month, I said, shit, I can stay at home. So, affiliate marketing and all that stuff like that. But, dude, get there, bro. Focus on, get yourself a budget on what you need to survive every month, and then figure out a way to hit that. And then hit that for 4 months straight, and then figure out where you can be at and take off, bro. Take off. Because as a brother, I came quickly to the conclusion that I wasn't going to get rich working at no fucking job, man. They didn't want to put a brother on. Brother trying to get, boosted to other positions. They coming up with excuses. You don't have this degree. You don't have this amount of experience. I'm like, fuck all y'all, man. And now the people I used to work with, they follow my show. Anyway, going back to what I was saying about the budget deficit, man, we don't have any money, bro. We don't have any money. They almost took us to war with North Korea. They almost took us to war with North Korea, man. Talking crazy with these North Koreans, dude. These people, practice war 24/7. Yeah, we just hit $1 trillion on the military budget. $1 trillion, dude. For what? For what? For what? We don't even, for what? And then we got the Democrats. They out here fighting for illegal immigrants. These people are lost. The Democrats are so goddamn lost. Your most loyal base is out here struggling with housing inequality, gentrification, a skills gap from the jobs of tomorrow. They need, access to job training programs that'll get them learning how to code, learning how to do machine fabrication and all that, and you out here fighting for illegal immigrants. These people can't even vote for you. These people can't even vote for you, but you out there putting your political capital. I mean, it's crazy, man. Whole country just lost. He said join the Space Force. U.S. is fed so much propaganda. Oh, absolutely, man. So much goddamn propaganda coming out of America. That's going to other countries and going to our citizens themselves, man. Our citizens themselves. It's crazy, bro. You know, our markets are so manipulated, all this cheap money. You know, our real estate is overpriced. American real estate is so overpriced, man. It's ridiculous how overpriced our real estate is. You know, the only place where you get a legit price for a piece of property is the hood. It's the hood. That's the only place you get a fair price for a piece of property, especially if we were talking property that can't be financed, right? Especially if you're talking about hood property that can't be financed. You get a legit, that's a, boom, it's $8,000, $15,000, $20,000. That's the price for it. Any other place, you're talking about taking out a mortgage on the property, right? And that means contacting HUD or whatever it is, and they artificially keep prices high so people can borrow from and stimulate the economy artificially. It's all about artificial, you know, what's the word for it? Stimulation of the economy, man. The hood is the only place you get fair property costs, you know, prices, man. But then that's why there's so much income inequality, because you have a family somewhere out here, nowhere's North Carolina, predominantly black neighborhood. The house will pass 3 generations and the house never gained no value. How is that possible? Grandma had it, mama had it, then you get it, and you're telling me this house is still only worth $20,000? But yet, if I go 2 miles up the road that way, that house that's just as old as my grandmom's house that I own now is worth 10 times more. How is that possible? Oh, wow. Okay, because everybody in that neighborhood don't look like me. Okay, I got you. All right, I got you. So it's all artificial, man. It's all phony numbers, man. And there's going to be a time where we got to pay for that. We got to pay for that. We got to pay for that. So let you know, so I'm just buying my time, bro. I'm just buying my time. You know, and it's going to be seen in your lifetime. This is not a situation where, you know, because a lot of people are saying, well, if you look at debt to GDP, it's actually not too bad. Well, guess what? At 1% GDP growth, which is projected, right? We've got now, the federal government has projected 2020, 2025, 1% GDP growth, which is it's going to happen. They try to stimulate 3%. They get, you know, that's where they have to, they got to keep it at about 3% because they know that's where the debt really starts to have an effect. So they try funny games, and we just did it with the tax plan. And, you know, I mean, guys, when you start reading some of these macroeconomic books and stuff like that, because a lot of these authors who write these books on macroeconomics, and you can pick a lot of them here at, I always talk to you about Trader's Library. Let's see here, Trader's Library, there it is right here. Let me give you the link. All right, and there's really good books, and they're all free PDFs. Get yourself a nice little $20 tablet at Walmart. Get yourself some books. Hold on, let me text my mama back real quick, man. Hey, man. All right, and they don't get put on CNBC, a lot of them, you know, but they, in their books, they make sure they do a good job of letting you know, like, man, we're approaching a very dangerous time. We're approaching a very dangerous time. That's why I always have my boy Jonathan Bogan come on the show. He wrote that incredible book. I hope you guys picked it up. You know, it's only $20. You know, show that brother some love. This is a brother that should be working at Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan or something. I mean, this brother is so incredibly bright. with the numbers and with the economy and what's going on in the world, but it just goes to show you how you can be incredibly talented and you just don't even get an opportunity, man. It's just every time I think about this dude, I try to have him on my show and I'll have him on the show next week, just to get his name out there because, you know, it's just sad that he should be way, way bigger than where he's at. But, you know, you don't want to give a brother a shot, man. So many people don't. Yeah, John Hill. Yeah, many people don't. You're right. But, yeah, get that link I just put out there. And there's a book on wealth creation. Let me see. Let me see if this is the book I was thinking about. For building and investing in businesses for the long term. No, it's not the book. Geometry of Markets. The Coming Financial Revolution. Yeah, there's a lot of good books out there. I'll make sure the ones that I'll present to you guys, maybe we'll talk about it later. And I'll have John come on and share some of the books he's been reading. Yes, indeed. So regentrification starts with repairs. When you repairs, you change the look at the neighborhood. Absolutely. You know, but that's the thing, man. You got to be able to get the money to do it, though. You know, if I have a bias towards you and I don't want to give you access to that credit to improve your property, then, you know, I can't redevelop. I can't, you know, because I'm telling you right now, in some of the better neighborhoods, they're not using their own money to redevelop their properties. You know, to get a home extension, you know, a second bedroom or a third bedroom, whatever it is. They're borrowing it from the bank. Do I prefer option strategies? Oh, hell yes, bro. I'm more options now than penny stocks all day, dude. I don't have time for penny stocks now. I just don't have the money that I'm working. It's just too much to risk. I can't deal with down 30% one day, down 20% one day, then we're back up. I just don't want to deal with that. You know, when the stock doesn't go right, I want to be able to cash out when I want to. You know, and plus I want to be paid consistently. I want to be able to receive income consistently, man. I got a kid I'm taking care of. Got some things that I want to do. I don't have time for a pump every, 2 months. Option strategies. And I wish I had the book here. I might have to go get the book, but this conservative option strategies. Let me see here. I might have it on my see if I can get it. I'll show you a book. I posted it on my Instagram. And I'm going to post it here too. And this book right here, it's pretty cheap too. Post a pic of it. Where it is? This book right here. I posted it on my Instagram. Generating income. Oh, I'm fucking up screen. Generating income with conservative option strategies. Generating income with conservative options strategies. Really good book. And basically the book just teaches you how to generate income, man, using different, we had a guy talk about calendars, iron condors, although vertical spreads are the best because I just don't like downside risk. I don't like the idea, especially what I know about our economy and the markets. I don't want any trades to the downside. So we can wake up one day and be down, 20, 30 points like we were just a couple days ago. All right. So, and these aren't And these aren't going to be trades that you're going to risk your whole account, man. You know, I'm putting on $10,000 trades that generate $2,500 every week. You know, these are $10,000 trades. They're not. You know, I'm not putting all my money up. Hell no. You don't have to with options. That's the great thing. You don't even have to, because the returns can be so generous. I like Uncle Bob's money, but mostly Option Alpha. That guy from OptionAlpha.com. If you want a really great primer, his courses, he offers 12 courses absolutely free of charge. They have videos. You can sign up right away, get started learning on options. They're absolutely free. OptionAlpha.com. Sang Lucci, Sang Lucci is just, I don't know, man. I'm not big on the cult of personality, you know what I'm saying, anymore like I used to. You know, when I first got with, Tim Sykes, and then you start to see how imperfect these people are. And so I'm away from that whole cult of personality thing. Now it's like, okay, does your system really work for me? You know, can I get a life-changing situation out of this system that you're teaching me? And if I can't get that from you, then I don't have time to be paying you $2.99 a month. Am I always on? No, sir. I mean, you want to subscribe to my channel? I kind of come on when you know, the market starts to heat up or cool down, and if you got something to say. I don't even have a schedule yet. I don't want to lock myself into nothing right now. Where do you get that option book from? Yeah, you can get it on Amazon.com. Just go on Amazon.com. You can get it on Amazon.com. It's not even $20, man. You know me, I'm cheap as fuck. I don't spend money on nothing. If I can get it for free, I'll find a way to get it for free. But I couldn't get it for free. He's also got a website, UncleBobsMoney.com. But I think there's like a subscription to that too. I don't fuck with that. But the book is a good book, man. It's a good book on conservative option. And that's the thing about books, because that's where the real knowledge is in the books. The YouTubes and stuff are great, but you got to understand a YouTube video is sometimes what somebody just thought up, you know, an hour ago or a couple days ago, you know. But in a book, you're talking about knowledge that somebody's has acquired over years, and they're able to put that in a long form in that book for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you still want to get a book, because that's where you're going to be able to get those little details that you're just not going to find in a YouTube video, you know, that you can only find in a book. You said you're using proof of stake cryptos to pay bills? Okay. Real estate plays. Yeah, there's still got a lot of guys who are making money in real estate, man. I mean, do your thing, man. Do your thing with the whole real estate stuff. You know, you got guys who are still doing the bird dog thing and whatever it is to make their money. Do your thing. You know, people always need a place to live. People always need shelter, you know. Yeah, the market ain't going nowhere. Market ain't going. We're watching it here. This is the SPX. Market isn't going anywhere. Where's Netflix? Sometimes you'll get an end-of-day rally, right? You'll start seeing those funny games that happen at around like 3:10, 3:15. You'll start to get those funny games that, you know, these banks and institutions like to do. But that's why, you know, I kind of stay out of this short-term bullshit. Now that stuff don't even bother me now. You know, it's got to move 30, 40 points in 2 days for it to start to bother me. Netflix. And that's not going to happen on the SPX. Especially with the kind of things we got going on right now. Netflix, damn, Netflix just will not break, bro. This shit will not break. Here's the 5 minute. Oh, I mean, you had the dip in the morning and they're just holding that 50, bro. They know if they drop below that 50, something bad could happen. But they just refuse. The stocks refuse to hold that, to break and stay there. Netflix is on fire. It's even worse at the higher time frames. You go into the hourly, look at that. It just will not break, bro. It's hard to get, because they know once you get a clean break, you can make some good money, but it showed a little bit of weakness back in March. But for the most part, since May, you can't get a clean break of that 50 moving average, man, on the hourly chart. I like that Gen Library RU search. Gen Lib RU search for books. Traders Library. Okay. I stimulated a call and put option on Tesla for $100 was worth 2,800. Yeah, man, Tesla's been a beast, bro. Tesla's a beast. People still doing Steam It. People still fuck with Steam It. That's the little website where they're like, forcing you to do all these things for the coin or whatever. But people getting that shit, man. I mean, they're doing that Steam It thing, and what was that, Mr. BitConnect himself? I know he was trying to push Steam It for a while, and people were just like, "Fuck you, man." So BitConnect. Oh man, if I could go back in time, bro. Oh God, BitConnect videos, bro. Every day, so much BitConnect. BitConnect. That's when you know where the top is, when you just can't get away from it. That's when you know where the top is, man. Can I give a quick hypothetical vertical option play, price premium, potential return? Sure. Let me see if I can set one up. Let me see. Hold on. All right, let's go for, let's say QQQ. All right, we just cracked below the 50 moving average, so that's our trigger. I will hold it, let's say, for a week, and really 2 days. If we don't get the move in 2 days, you cut your losses, right? So QQQ, yeah, I like the hourly time frame for that nice little early trigger. See, because it can trigger a nice run too. Look at that. All right, but we're gonna play this break, and again, if it doesn't go your way, then you get out at least with a small loss. And this was what was the 7th through the 9th? Yeah, 7th through the 11th. So about 3 to 4 days you'll be able to get out at least with not too bad of a loss. Today's the 21st. Let's look for something. The 6th. 29th. Let's do it with the 6th. Let's do it the 6th. And again, you're not holding it to the 6th, man. You're not holding it to the 6th. You're really looking for credit, and that's when we're talking about credit, you want to take in as much credit as possible. All right. So QQQ. I know you guys can't see my screen, but don't worry, I'm going to copy and paste what the profit and all that would be in just a minute. All right, we're at 176. I'm going to go for, damn, 176. We're going to go not too far out the money. Let's go in the money. I'll go in the money. Let's see. What is it being? Hold on. Let's go up further. Hold on, guys. Let's go 60. Winds up being less than 175. Oh, I like that one. All right, so damn, that's the thing about these. You know, I'm so used to having a bigger price, but let's go. We're gonna have to go pretty big. 100 contracts on each side. I want to sell the one. Damn, it's moving pretty bad. 176 against the 176 against the 175 50s. 100 contracts each side. All right. Let's do it that way. Winds up being great. It winds up being greater. I'm just trying to look for an odd you guys would like. You guys risk $4,000 on trades, right? Being greater. Let's see a sell call vertical. Okay, I like that trade. I like that trade. All right, so I'm about to copy and show it to you guys here. I like that trade. All right, so 1 second, I'm going to post it. And you guys will be able to see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't like to go too short term, man, because you know something comes out and you know, all of a sudden the next day or whatever. But what's this even fine is that, let's say bad news comes out tomorrow, that premium that premium starts to, you know, become real for you. You can take the profit early. All right. But you don't want to go too short term because, you know, if it doesn't go your way immediately, you want to be able to sell that back to the market without taking a huge loss. All right, so here's the trade I would set up. All right. So QQQ, July 6th trade. I'm selling the 175.50. I'm buying the 176. I'm going to take $3,000 in credit. All right. And the idea is that I'm going to keep that $3,000 if QQQ winds up being less than 175.50 by July 6th. By July 6th. That $3,000 goes into my account right now. I risk $2,000 to make this trade. I risk $2,000 to make this trade. So on July 6th, I will get $3,000 if QQQ stays under 175.80 by July 6th. I like those odds. I like those odds. All right. Now, if we were to wait, what we don't want to do, we don't want to wait till it gets to it, because then my credit starts to go down. For example, if QQQ was right now below 175.80, I'm telling you right now, they're not giving you $3,000 in credit. They're going to give you, you know, 18. They're going to give you some shit like that, because then the probabilities are kind of skewed towards you if they give you too much. All right. So you want to come in. That's why I love this hourly chart, because it gives you like, okay, on an hourly basis, we've gone negative. It won't show on the daily, but it could very well become a situation where it shows up on the daily eventually. See what I'm saying? I hope I haven't lost you. But that's a great trade. I don't trade cryptos. I don't trade cryptos. All right. So as you see here, unlike penny stocks where, you know, I might have to put out quite a bit of money, or regular stocks, or not penny, because I'm thinking OTC, but if I'm thinking penny stocks, even the NASDAQ, I'm spending $56,000, $7,000, $8,000 to make a decent return. All I'm spending is $2,000. All I'm spending is $2,000. I'm giving myself 3 weeks, right? Actually, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. I'll give myself 2 weeks, 14 days, $2,000 on an overbought index. On an overbought index to come down 20 cents. Or, well, where were we at now? 40 cents. All right? How far are we from it now? Like, yeah, 45, 50 cents. 2 weeks to come down 50 cents. I like that odds. Yes, yeah, you could close the trade before the 5th because the credit, that option that you sold, the 175.50 will eventually erode itself. It'll eventually erode itself. The profit starts to mature, and then you can start taking credit off. I mean, you can just go ahead and close it. I mean, you might mature 1,000 of that $3,000 in credit. You might mature. Let's say we get a big down day tomorrow. QQQ falls $3, right, to 173. This trade right here might automatically just give you 1,500 that's matured instantly. You can take that off right now. You can take that off that day and just, okay, I'll keep the 1,500. Absolutely. That's a beautiful, this is a trade I would do right here. This is a trade I would do right here. But I'm actually really looking at that trade. I would really do that trade. That's a nice little gain for the thing, but I got to stick to what I know, man. I got to stick to what I know. But that's a good trade. That's a great trade for somebody who's, you got less than $5,000. You hold this trade 2 days, doesn't go your way. You're down, what, $300, $330 in 2 days. If it doesn't go your way, and then you're out. Fuck it. It didn't go. It didn't work. Fuck it. QQQ starts to go higher. But what happens a lot of times is you wait till 2 or 3 days, and then all of a sudden it starts to go your way, and you sold out, and you're like, what the fuck? Yes, these are options. That's an option play. That's an option play. All right? That's an option play. And the trade costs you only $48.11. So as you can see here, buying power is reduced by $2,048.11, including all fees and whatnot. There's no closing. So on the closing side of the trade, there's not going to be any fees involved. Again, you take that $3,000 credit. And, yeah, I mean, by the time, let's say you get to January, you get to July, let's say it goes your way, right? You get to July something, July 1st, QQQ's at like 171, 172. The trade's probably already matured. You can just go ahead and take it off and take your money. And take it off and take your money. Puts a call. No. This is a bear call spread. So you're selling calls against each other. You're selling a call and then you're buying a call. All right. Bear call spread, you expect the stock to go down. If I was going to expect the stock to go up, then I would buy, it would be a, gosh, what's the word for it? It would be a bull put spread. There you go. Bull put spread. All right. So it will say buy put vertical. Buy put vertical. Yeah. All right. And I can do it on the other side to show you how it looks. Let's say I'm expecting a stock to go up. All right. And what stock would you expect to go up in this environment? I wouldn't even know. Well, actually, I do know. But it's in contango right now, so I wouldn't risk it. Let me get rid of that. The one play I think would go up. Would probably be UVXY. UVXY, which is already slowly breaking its contango phase, so it could be going higher. And now we just got, you can see it broke above the 50 RSI on the hourly. On the daily, you should still see it struggling, but there it is here. So we're getting closer to it. So we got the hourly confirmation. Daily confirmation hasn't got there yet, but today could be a sign. Today could be a sign. Now, here's the thing about UVXY. It's a short-term play. So this is something that, you know, you do for not too much. I mean, you're not going to hold this forever because it's just crazy, crazy, crazy. So let me go to, let's go to UVXY. All right, UVXY. Open interest is getting a little bit better, but, and then where are we at now? UVXY 1064. So I would just simply buy 11. Let me see. UVXY less than 20. UVXY is greater than 1067. Okay, I'll take that odds, even though it's moving against, it's moving really quick now because it's going higher, but I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take the same price too. All right, gives yourself some time. Now this one, you're not going to hold it the whole time. All right, you're not going to hold it all the way till June 6th. You could, but you know, you wouldn't have to do that. Appreciate it, Candace. Thank you. All right. Shot. You can do a trade like this. June 6th. It's going to be a sell put vertical. All right. This is going to be a sell put vertical. All right. So you believe the puts are going to lose value. All right. It's going to cost you $1,600. You're going to net $3,400. If UVXY winds up being greater than 1066, by 1066, that's why you would want to take this now. You would want to take up this trade now. You're risking $1,600 to make $3,400 by July 6th. Now this again is going to mature. So even if it goes to 1066 tomorrow, it'll mature. It's still got to mature, right? So you might be in profit by tomorrow. Fuck, you might be in profit, you know, 800, 900, maybe not that much, even 500, but you still want to have it mature over the next several days. That's why something like this, you're not going to be in for a very long time. But being that we're so low on UVXI right now, you possibly could hold it, especially if you believe that the bearish nature of the market is going to be lasting for some time. It's going to be lasting for some time. So you're risking $1,600 to make $3,400. All right. Somebody said do it on Netflix. We can do that. I don't think Netflix is going to be going higher, but we can do that. We can do that. Netflix. If you think Netflix is going higher, boy, I forgot Netflix is, it's like almost $3 or $4 spreads, right? Shit. Let's see here, Netflix. 418. Yeah, the implied volatility is kicking your ass on these spreads too. See, Netflix, it's not, yeah, the implied volatility is keeping you tight. That's fine. Let's do it a little bit. Same thing, July 6th. All right, reasonable amount. We're not going to get greedy. All right, a lot of guys, they try to put 10,000, 20. I don't want to do anything that big. All right, because you want to be able to, if it doesn't go your way, you get out with a small loss. Let time work in your favor. Let time work in your favor. Okay, let me show you a Netflix trade. Let's go with Netflix. Let me look for the pick here. Shot 2. So with Netflix, all right, so here's the Netflix trade. If the price of Netflix winds up being greater than $418.65 by July 6th, you'll take in $2,700 on a $2,300 bet. See how that implied volatility there? It doesn't give you the spread that you really want between the bid. I mean, between your risk and reward, and that's just done on purpose. And it kind of keeps you tight like that. And that's fine. And some people and traders like this. I mean, traders like this. Now, I would take the reverse. I wouldn't take, I don't, but by July 6th, I don't see. Well, I don't know, man. It's so hard to decide on Netflix just because you just don't know how much people like Netflix. That's a solid return, though, either way. That's a solid return. But I'd like the short-term downside move to Netflix more than a 2-week upside move for the full credit. But, yes, you could very well, going into next week, Wednesday, find yourself at 420 Netflix. And now you've got 1,000 that you've matured on this vertical spread that you can just take off then. And you just take the 1,000 and keep it moving. All right. All right, guys. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little 2-hour show. I came on just to see how you guys were doing and let people know I'm still alive. Market going real nice right now. Where are we at right now? So we're at 257.25. So we're far off. Where was the morning high today? We started at, what was the morning high? It was 27.69. So we're 10 points off the morning high. Looks like we could end up finding ourselves trending here for some time as we go into the weekend. We'll see what happens tomorrow, Friday. Friday expiration is always funny. You never know what's going to happen. These people will set you up to run you lower, or who knows? Who knows? Friday is always a funny day for the markets as people want to go into the weekend, particularly institutions want to go in the weekend, showing their clients that they made some money. So all kind of funny shit can happen on Friday. So never a good day to start a trade. I like putting my trades on before Fridays because you just never know if you're buying it at the right price. All right, Redneck Trader said, miss your night shows. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to doing that. Just give me some time. Just give me some time. I'm enjoying my relaxation. The easy money is coming in, and things is good right now. So, but I got to come back to doing that because that's where, of course, the views are at. All right. Appreciate the join, you guys. All the people who called up. Fisher G, Money Green, appreciate you, Money. John Hill, Candace Owens, who was in here, Michael Black, Fancy, Mitch, Redneck Trader. I appreciate all of you guys. I will be back sooner than later. Donzel Essex, appreciate you. The New Black, Lomdale Carter, everybody who's watching right now, appreciate all of you. Kenny, appreciate you, man. I'll talk to you guys later. See you back later.